what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Thunder RC, and that's right, sitting in front of me is the beautiful, beastly 1/5 scale Arrma Creighton 8S EXB. Now, I know there's a lot of vids of this truck out on the internet. There's a lot of guys sending it, like Rich Streeper Bash, RC Dude 81, and 509's done some great vids with this truck. A lot of people, even Kevin Talbot has done some vids with it. So just to get you up to speed, I own the Arrma Outcast 8S EXB, and I absolutely love that truck. The thing's been through so much abuse, and I've sent it so high off the death ramp, and doubles, triple backflips, you name it, thing's amazing. Now, I did own the very first RTR version of this truck last year when it came out, and I loved it, but it did have some weaknesses on it that needed to be addressed. And now that Arrma came out with this EXB lineup, they have addressed those problems. In my opinion, they really have perfected this truck. So this video is not a running video. This is basically just a video to inform you guys what I plan to do with it, this build basically. And so, obviously this is an unboxing video, and you've seen plenty online, but if you know anything about the EXB lineup, most of them aren't RTR, so they come pre-assembled and everything, and you just, like a kit, you just throw in your own stuff, throw in your motor, your electronics, your radio, your receiver, all that good stuff. And to me, there's nothing more beautiful than a brand new Arrma. I mean, these parts, this black and red, it's just beautiful. It's an amazing thing. And I've always wondered what these tires look like in person. These new copperheads, these things look amazing. I'm real curious to try these out on my X-Max as well. They just look real beefy and meaty. Look like they'd have a lot of ballooning there. So I have two options with the motor. It's stuck in there. So I have the Hobbywing 800 kV brushless motor. This thing's a dinosaur. It's massive. It's a mammoth of a motor. It's heavy, but you can gear this sucker up so much raw power, and the longer chassis, you can barely snug it in there. It will fit just ever so slightly, but it is a fit. So I do have this motor, and it's something that I've been thinking about. I've been saving it for a project, so definitely could go with this motor. Or this is what I'm using in my Arrma Outcast 8S EXB. This is the Spectrum 1100 kV 1/5 brushless motor. Now this can's quite a bit shorter, and it is also considerably lighter than the 800 kV. Now, because it is a higher kV, you got to watch your gearing and your temps. Something I wouldn't run on the 800 kV to run on this motor. It definitely would get hot. So what I've been running with this setup on my Outcast is the stock 47 tooth spur and a 31 tooth Saga Customs Racing. This one I have here is actually a 32 tooth, so I think I'd be okay. This is another option for me, something I might play around with. What do you guys think? Should I go with the Spectrum, or should I just go ahead and throw the 800 kV in there and gear it up? What are your experiences? Let me know in the comments down below. And obviously, my favorite ESC of choice is the Hobbywing Max 5 ESC. It's an amazing ESC. It's been tried and proven, and I've never had any bad luck with this one. So I've heard some rumors about the Newcastle XL2 beefy ESC catching on fire and all of that, but I've never had any issues with this. Hobbywing's pretty awesome, so I do have that to throw in this truck, and it's worked great for my Outcast. As far as doing any other mods to this truck, I think eventually I'm going to put the RPM rear arms on here. I have the RPM rear arms on my Outcast, and they're just bulletproof. They're absolutely bulletproof. So definitely going to do my hose this truck down with WD-40. If you're a basher like me, you know about the WD-40, and if you don't know about it, you're learning about it right here on the video. Hose your truck down in WD-40, let it sit overnight, and it really strengthens up the plastics. Even these stock arms that everybody says on these 8S rigs are so weak, they snap. They become really, really tough after you do that. So I'm definitely going to do that. Everything else I'm going to leave pretty much stock. The shocks are set up perfect in my opinion. I haven't had any issues with the shock rods or the ends, and I have sent this truck, my Outcast, I've sent it at least 50, 60 feet in the air constantly. So Arrma really did get it right. Some people say that the chassis still bends. Like, okay, I could see that, but as far as from what I have had, as far as my experience has been with the Outcast, I haven't bent the chassis at all. So this 7075 aluminum chassis is definitely a great upgrade to this rig. And of course it's beautiful. It's got that nice etched laser engraving on there, and it's never going to look this nice again. It's going to have gashes and scars, and with the way I bash, yeah, it's never going to look this nice again. So but man, I am just in love with these Arrma 8S rigs. I know they're not for everybody. I know that, you know, some people absolutely hate them. I can understand that. But for me, I like everything. You know, I just love RC, and I love to bash. I love to shred. So I've had nothing but a wonderful experience with these trucks, and that's why I went ahead and purchased this one, because I have enjoyed the 8S Outcast so much. The EXB, I thought I have to get the EXB Creighton. So I also have a body from my older Creighton. Now, this is a Dark Side Studios wrap that I did last year. It's a little banged up, beat up, but it's still good, and I really like this. So when I'm bashing, I probably will use this body. It's got an amazing skull theme on it, and in the future I'm probably going to do another wrap job, either from Dark Side Studios, and maybe get an Arrma skin on the bottom here. I've also got a light I'm going to install here on the bottom. It's pretty cool, a little eBay special. This body is so beautiful. I mean, I just really want this to be like a shelf clean body. Just want the thing to sit on the shelf. Like, I don't even want to bash with this body. If you haven't seen this body in person, then the camera doesn't do it justice. I mean, just Arrma, you did an amazing job. Wow, this thing is beautiful. It's got this reflective shine to it, and then it's got this kind of flat looking gray with the EXB writing all over it, and the decals. It's just amazing. It's one of the best looking trucks I think I've ever seen. These graphics are just incredible. You know, Arrma is killing it with the graphics department. They're killing it in every way, in my opinion, but definitely on the look scale. So I don't have anything installed yet. I am waiting on a servo. I'm putting the JX 1/5. I think it's a 70 kilogram torque servo. It's an eBay special. Runs about 60 bucks. I'll leave a link in the description down below where you guys can find it. That's what I put in my Arrma Outcast 8S EXB, and it's been phenomenal. I haven't had any problems, and I have beat the living hell out of that rig. So that's the same servo I'm putting in this. Other than that, guys, just by checking the screws and your Loctite and everything, this truck is amazing right out of the box. You know, so we're going to be running it soon. Stay tuned. And you're going to see this baby fly. You're going to see it rip. You're going to see what we can do with it. Also, we have the Arrma Vortex coming out, a brand new one. And we're going to put RC Mad Labs chassis upgrade on it. And let me tell you guys, this chassis upgrade, this chassis plate he sent me is literally like, you know, this thick. It's amazing. It looks like a tough bed liner, truck bed liner, aluminum chassis brace. So I'm very, you know, the Vortex in stock form is just bulletproof. The one I had and owned for, you know, 4 or 5 months, I sent that thing like crazy, and I couldn't really break the chassis. And I've heard of people stamping the chassis and stuff, and I was like, wow, I don't know how you did that, because I really bashed that thing. So stay tuned for that. We're going to gear that puppy up, and we're going to full send that thing off the death ramp and see what it can take. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you next time.